Have you ever stood up in the morning, feeling like your legs were made of concrete, your back tight, your energy already drained before the day even begins? If you're over 60, 70, or even 80, you know what I'm talking about. That slow, heavy feeling that makes simple things, like walking to the kitchen or climbing the stairs, feel like a mountain climb. But here's the thing. You don't have to live that way. My name's Grace. I'm 84, and just a few years ago, I felt like I was falling apart, physically and emotionally. But then I started doing 5 simple daily habits that each take less than 3 minutes. And I kid you not, I feel stronger, sharper, and more alive now than I did at 50. I don't go to the gym. I don't take fancy supplements, and I definitely don't follow complicated health routines. These are habits anyone can do, right at home, and today I'm sharing them with you. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to do tomorrow morning to wake up with more strength, energy, and confidence. And before we dive in, I'd love to know, what's the one thing you struggle with most in the morning? Drop it in the comments. Is it stiffness, balance, pain, or just low energy? Hit that like button if you're ready to take back control of your body, and subscribe if you want more content to help you live long and strong. Now let's get started with habit number 1, and trust me, you'll never skip it again once you feel the difference. Habit number 1. Gentle morning activation. The 3-minute wake-up that changes everything. Let me tell you about Helen. She's 79 years old, lives alone in a small house in Oregon, and used to wake up every morning with pain in her knees, tightness in her lower back, and a lingering fog in her head. She told me, "It was like my body hadn't caught up with the idea of being awake yet." She used to swing her legs out of bed and shuffle straight to the bathroom, hoping the stiffness would ease up as she moved. But most mornings, it only got worse. Until one day, her granddaughter, who studies physical therapy, showed her a trick. Not a workout, not yoga, just 3 minutes of joint awakening before getting out of bed. Instead of rushing up, Helen now lies in bed for just a few minutes and gently wakes up her body. Here's how it works. While still lying down, she slowly bends and straightens her knees. Then she does small ankle circles, 10 times each way. She wiggles her fingers and stretches her arms above her head like she's reaching for the ceiling. Finally, she takes 3 deep breaths and only then sits up, placing her feet flat on the floor for a few seconds before standing. That's it. No fancy movements, no sweat, just a mindful start to the day. But what changed for Helen? Everything. Within 2 weeks, she noticed she could walk to the kitchen without holding on to the wall. Her knees didn't creak like they used to. And, surprisingly, she said she felt clearer in the head, more present, more steady. This simple habit does more than warm up your joints. It helps circulate synovial fluid, the body's natural joint lubricant. It tells your nervous system, "I'm ready for the day." And it prevents those first few unstable steps that so often lead to falls. Why is this so powerful for seniors? Because as we age, we lose mobility faster than we lose strength. And that stiffness you feel in the morning, it's not just annoying. It's the warning sign of decline. The good news? You can stop it. You can reverse it. It starts before you even leave the bed. And if you're thinking, that's too small to matter, I'll tell you what I told Helen. Consistency is more powerful than intensity. 3 minutes a day beats 30 minutes once a week, every single time. So tomorrow morning, before you get up, try this. Take 3 minutes to gently awaken your body. Then come back and tell me in the comments how it felt. Was it easier to stand? Did you feel more balanced? Remember, it's never too late to feel better in your own skin. But you have to take the first step, literally. Habit number 2, morning breathing reset. Your calm, energizing anchor. George, a 76-year-old retired firefighter from Florida, used to start every day in a rush, even though he had nowhere to be. His mornings were filled with tension, heart racing, mind buzzing, shoulders tight before his first cup of coffee. I thought it was just old age, he said. But I realized I was waking up into stress. And the truth is, George isn't alone. As we get older, our nervous systems become more sensitive. Even small things, like a memory, a creaky joint, or a missed call, can trigger stress before our day even begins. But here's the thing. Stress is not just in your head. It lives in your breath. And that's why one of the most powerful 3-minute habits you can adopt is this: slow, diaphragmatic breathing every morning. Not a complicated meditation, not counting to 10, just this. Sit at the edge of your bed, feet flat on the ground, hands resting gently on your belly. Close your eyes. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds. Let your belly rise. Then exhale softly through your mouth for 6 seconds. Repeat for 3 minutes. That's it. This one habit helps regulate your heart rate, lower cortisol, the stress hormone, and shift your nervous system from fight or flight to rest and restore. When George started this practice, he didn't expect much, but within a week, his mornings felt different. It was like someone turned down the noise inside me, he said. He felt more clear-headed, less reactive, and even noticed fewer mid-morning energy crashes. But here's the science behind it. This type of breathing engages your vagus nerve, a key player in calming the body. It also improves oxygen efficiency, meaning more energy gets to your muscles and brain. And the best part? You can do it anywhere. In bed, on the couch, even while waiting for your coffee to brew. We tend to underestimate breathing because it's so simple. But the simplest things often hold the greatest power, especially when done consistently. If you're watching this and thinking, I've tried deep breathing, it doesn't work. Here's what I'll say. It's not a one-time fix. It's a daily tune-up, like brushing your teeth, but for your nervous system. So tomorrow morning, try it. 3 minutes. Inhale peace. Exhale tension. Let your body know it's safe, strong, and ready. Then come back and let me know. Did it make a difference in how your morning felt? Your breath is your anchor, and it just might be the habit that helps you feel like yourself again. Habit number 3, activate your legs. First, because strength begins at the bottom. Meet Helen, 79, a retired florist from Oregon who loved tending to her backyard garden until one spring morning she stepped outside, lost her balance, and took a hard fall. Thankfully, nothing was broken. But what followed was worse than the bruises. Fear. Fear of walking down her porch stairs. Fear of falling again. And eventually, fear of doing the things she loved most. Helen didn't need more medications. What she needed was to rebuild her confidence, starting with her legs. That's why this 3-minute habit is so life-changing, a simple daily leg activation routine. Because here's the truth, your legs are your foundation. When they're strong, stable, and connected to your brain, everything from walking to standing to dancing at your granddaughter's wedding becomes possible again. Start right when you get up, before coffee, before chores. Just 3 minutes. Here's what to do. Sit tall in a sturdy chair. March your legs gently in place for 30 seconds. Then do 10 toe raises, lifting your heels off the floor and squeezing your calves. Follow that with 10 gentle standing calf lifts while holding on to the back of the chair. If you feel steady, finish with 5 to 10 mini squats, just a slight bend of the knees, keeping your chest upright. This isn't exercise, it's communication. You're reminding your brain, I still need these legs today. You're switching on the neuromuscular connection that helps you walk confidently, catch your balance, and avoid life-changing falls. Helen started this routine reluctantly. I thought, what difference could 3 minutes make, she said. But after just 2 weeks, she felt steadier. A month later, she walked around her garden again without fear. And the reason it works is simple. Muscles don't vanish overnight. They go dormant. And daily movement is what wakes them up. It gets blood flowing to the joints, oxygen to the tissues, and strength back into your steps. If you've ever felt like your legs were weak or heavy in the morning, it's not just aging, it's disconnection. And the best way to fix that isn't with pills, it's with movement. So tomorrow, instead of reaching for your phone first, give those legs a wake-up call. Treat them like the vital, powerful part of your body they are. Because strong legs mean freedom. Freedom to go where you please, to carry your own groceries, to stand tall in your independence. Try it for 1 week and see how your mornings begin to feel different, lighter, steadier, and stronger. And when you do, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which move made your legs feel most alive again? Habit number 4. Start your day with an anti-inflammatory breakfast. Feed your strength, not your pain. Let's talk about something that quietly steals your energy and mobility day after day. Inflammation. Not the kind that gives you a fever, but the silent kind that settles into your joints, muscles, and even your brain. It's one of the biggest reasons so many people over 70 feel stiff, sore, and slow. And here's the catch. It often starts with breakfast. Take Arthur, for example. He's 76, a proud grandfather who still tries to help out at his daughter's farm stand. But every morning, after eating his usual sweetened cereal and toast, he noticed his knees would ache and his hands felt swollen by mid-morning. He blamed it on age, until he changed his first meal of the day. Instead of processed carbs and sugary snacks, Arthur began starting his mornings with a bowl of steel-cut oats topped with wild blueberries, flax seeds, and a spoonful of almond butter. Within 2 weeks, he noticed the difference, not just in his joints, but in his energy, balance, and mood. Why? Because foods like wild blueberries, flax seeds, chia seeds, cinnamon, turmeric, and walnuts fight inflammation right at the cellular level. Here's a simple 3-minute breakfast idea you can try tomorrow. Half a cup of steel-cut or old-fashioned oats. A small handful of frozen wild blueberries. They work even better than regular ones. A sprinkle of ground flaxseed or chia seeds. A dash of cinnamon. Optional: a spoonful of nut butter or a few crushed walnuts for healthy fats. No need for fancy ingredients or supplements. These are easy, affordable foods you can find at any grocery store. And when eaten consistently, they can reduce inflammation, protect your joints, and help you move with more comfort and confidence. Think of breakfast not just as fuel, but as medicine. What you put on your plate first thing in the morning can either soothe your body or set it on fire. And it doesn't have to be oatmeal. If you prefer smoothies, blend spinach, berries, half a banana, and a spoonful of turmeric with almond milk. Or if you like something savory, try eggs with sautéed greens and a side of avocado. Remember, what you eat today is how you'll feel tomorrow. You don't need to be perfect, just consistent. So tell me in the comments, what's one food you're going to swap into your breakfast this week? Because strong, pain-free mornings don't start at the pharmacy, they start at the kitchen table. Habit number 5, add omega-3s to your week. Because strong legs start with healthy blood flow. Let's get honest for a moment. If your legs ever feel like they're made of lead, if stairs leave you winded, or your ankles swell after standing, the problem might not be your muscles. It could be your circulation. And there's one natural, science-backed way to improve it. Omega-3 fatty acids. Meet Elaine. She's 80 years old, lives by the coast in Oregon, and has always been an independent spirit. But recently, she started noticing a heaviness in her legs whenever she walked the boardwalk near her home. Her doctor said her blood pressure was fine, but deep down, Elaine knew something was off. A friend recommended she try adding omega-3 rich foods into her meals, especially cold water fish like salmon, sardines, or mackerel. Skeptical but hopeful, Elaine began eating grilled salmon twice a week and swapped out red meat for tuna salad or baked cod. After just 1 month, Elaine couldn't believe the difference. The swelling had eased. Her steps felt lighter. She said, "It's like my legs remembered how to carry me again." That's because omega-3s reduce inflammation in your blood vessels, improve oxygen delivery, and keep your muscles nourished. They're not just for heart health, they're for mobility, energy, and strength. Now, not everyone likes fish. That's okay. Here are a few ways to get omega-3s. Eat salmon, sardines, or mackerel twice a week. Take a daily omega-3 supplement, especially one made from algae if you're plant-based. Add flax seeds or chia seeds to your breakfast. Avoid inflammation triggers like processed meats and fried foods that clog your circulation. It doesn't take much, just a small, steady habit that builds week after week. Because better circulation means more than just walking easier. It means fewer leg cramps at night, less swelling in your feet, and more freedom to go wherever you want, whenever you want. So here's your gentle challenge. Try adding 1 omega-3 rich food to your meals this week. Just 1. Then come back and tell me how your body feels. If you've made it this far, comment 5 below so I know you're still with me and ready to take back your strength, one habit at a time. Final thoughts. You've just learned 5 simple habits that can take less than 3 minutes a day, but may completely change how you feel in your 70s, 80s, and even beyond. From waking up your joints, to breathing deeply and calmly, to activating your legs, choosing the right breakfast, and nourishing your body with omega-3s. Each of these practices is a quiet revolution. They don't require a gym, a doctor's prescription, or an expensive program. Just your commitment. Because here's the truth. Growing older doesn't mean growing weaker. And feeling good in your body doesn't belong only to the young. It belongs to the ones who are willing to keep showing up, who choose progress over perfection and presence over passivity. So, I want to ask you, which of these 5 habits are you most excited to try first? Leave a comment below and tell me. 1. For joint activation. 2. For deep breathing. 3. For leg warm-ups. 4. For anti-inflammatory breakfast. 5. For omega-3 power. Or just type all in if you're ready to do them all. Your voice matters. Your health matters. And this journey, we're on it together. If you found value in this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone you care about. Because the best kind of strength is the kind we pass on. Thank you for being here. Now go move, breathe, and live like you're 50, no matter your age. See you in the next video.